Good morning, wherever you're from. Oh, I can't say good morning, can I? Someone told me I can't say good morning. So I may change that. They said, oh, good morning. Well, it may not be morning where they see you. And then somebody else said, yeah, good morning's like saying, like, are you in mourning right now? Did you lose a friend? Anyway, so I don't know about that. So I'm just saying hello. And Psalm 27. We're gonna jump into today. I just felt like I wanted to create space for the word just to speak to us. But I was looking at Psalm 27. It just struck me as a really good one. And cherry picking Psalms maybe isn't the greatest idea, but I sure love it. So we're doing it. All right, Psalm 27. I'm in the NESB. I don't know. It's just because it's on my table right now. Let me pray. This is the Psalm of fearless trust in God, a Psalm of David. Let me just pray. Lord, thank you, God, for this morning. I pray for your presence, God, to fill our time together. I pray that your glory would rest on us as we read your word, that we just say that you are enough for us this morning. And I just heard this word as I was praying earlier, this idea of making space for God. So Lord, we make space for you right now, whether you're driving, whether you're at home, wherever you're at, we make space, which means we clear out the clutter. We clear out the clutter for the one that matters most to us. So we're just gonna clear out the clutter right now in our thoughts and our hearts and say, Father, would you fill this place? There's a place in the Bible, actually I don't remember where it's at, but it says, open your mouth and I will fill it. And so God, I pray you'd open our mouth, as we open our hearts, you would fill it. All right. The Lord is my life. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the defense of my life. Whom shall I dread? Oh. Are you starting to get happy already? I am. I love the scriptures. When evildoers come upon me to devour my flesh, and my adversaries and my enemies, they stumble and they fell. Ha. Though a host encamp against me, my heart will not fear. Though war rise against me, in spite of this, I shall be confident. There's a worship song that says, it may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. This is how I fight my battles. And I just thought of that. Though a host encamp against me, though it looks like I'm surrounded, God, you surround me. That's a good word. If it looks like you're surrounded, you are, but you're surrounded by him. There's that point in the Bible, in the Old Testament, where the prophet is looking out over the enemy's warriors are surrounding him, and his assistant, his servant is right there, and his servant is like biting his nails, and the prophet says, "What's wrong?" And he says, "Well, look at all the people." And the prophet says, "Lord, open his eyes so they can see." And as the Lord opens his eyes, the prophet sees that there's a host of angels that outnumber the whole group. The whole army in front is outnumbered by these angels. What does the prophet do? He actually doesn't kill them. I think if I remember right, they go blind, and he leads them to his own king, to the prophet's king. And because they don't kill them and just slaughter them right there, there's a blessing that's poured out on him. When we are with the Lord, greater is he that is with us than is with them. And so it may look like you're surrounded, but you're not. Verse 4, one thing I ask from the Lord that I shall seek. David asked for one thing. What is it? Just one thing. That's a cool thing to start with. One thing I have asked from the Lord that I shall seek. Not may seek, not should seek, but I shall seek. That I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. To behold the beauty of the Lord, to behold the delightfulness, the beauty, the goodness of the Lord, and to meditate in his temple. Another word for meditate is to inquire, to ask, to seek, to ponder. I will meditate in his temple. Let's say it again. One thing that I ask from the Lord, that I shall seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord in good times and bad times, Father. Whether we feel surrounded or not, Lord, I say, Lord, that one thing I ask, I will seek your face, God, to dwell in your house, to meditate on your goodness all the days. Okay, verse 5, for in the day of trouble, there's days of trouble, it's coming. The Bible doesn't say if you get persecuted, it's when you encounter trials and tribulations of many kind. It says this, for in the day of trouble, he will conceal me in his tabernacle, in his temple, in the secret place of his tent, he will hide me. Now, he's not hiding you because we are kind of fragile humans, but he's not hiding you because he's afraid you're going to get a little cut and bruise on your arm. He's hiding you because there's a sneak attack coming. And like it's like the archers in the high tower, they just picking people off left and right. They can't get hurt because they're so high up, but they can shoot down on you. He's hiding you for battle. He's hiding you so that you can be a force to kill and annihilate the enemy. See, he's not hiding you because he's worried you're going to get a bruise on your elbow. A little... Sorry, I have kids in my mind, just went all sorts of places. For in the day of trouble, he will conceal me in his tabernacle. We're going to get to the end of this psalm, I promise. In the secret place of his tent, he will hide me, and he will lift me upon a rock. Lift you up on a rock. Why? So that you can be a megaphone for his love, for his victory. Verse 6, and now, say and now, and now my head will be lifted above all my enemies around me. And I will offer his 10 sacrifices with shouts of joy. I will sing. Not I may sing, I will sing. I will sing praises to the Lord. See, he wants to lift you up. He wants to make you like a city on a hill. He wants to raise you up so that like he raised up Christ on the cross, he wants to raise you up, and he wants to draw men to himself. And so as he raises you up and you sing out his praises, as he raises you up, he's going to draw people to himself. And so you need to reflect him. You need to sing. Yes, I will sing praises. Verse 7, we're doing really well. Verse 7, hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice, and be gracious to me and answer me. This is David. Remember, this is David. This is the king. This is the man that is after God's own heart. This is the same David that wrote so many psalms. This is this great man of God. And hear the language that David uses. There's a humility. There's a heart of David that says, God, I've had times with you. I've had times without you. And this is how I talk. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice, and be gracious to me and answer me. When you said, seek my face, David, my son, my heart said to you, oh, your face, O Lord, I shall seek. And it's like, oh, Lord, when you just whisper to me, Lord, and say, come close, Jesse, I say, yes, Lord, I'm coming close. I'm clearing out the clutter. I'm getting rid of anything that keeps me from coming near to you, Lord. And I am coming in. I'm coming in fast. I'm coming in with a smile on my face. I'm coming in like a toddler runs after a ball. I'm just reckless. I don't care what. I may trip 4 times along the way, but I'm not going to stop till I run into your presence. And I just say, oh, Lord, I'm coming. Woo. When you said, seek my face, my heart said to you, your face, O Lord, I shall seek. Do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger. You have been my help. Do not abandon me, nor forsake me, O God of my salvation. Why does he say this? As if the Lord's going to turn away from him. In fact, it was David that said, Lord, where can I go from you that you will not be? If I go down to the depths of Sheol, into the depths of hell, you are there. If I rise to the heavens, you are there. Where can I go? So there's a reality that you can't get away from him. But what's going on here? It's the humility. It's the humility of David, of a man that is so connected to God's heart. That David has tasted life without and life with, and he prefers life with. And so there's just raw realness. I hope you have that with the Lord. Father, I'm hurting right now. Father, I feel distant. Father, don't turn your face from me. He hasn't turned his face from anyone. How could he? He is everywhere. He is in you, around you, on top of you. He is like dogpiling on you right now. He sets up ambushes for you to be ambushed. And yet David says, don't turn from me. Because David has a history. For my father and my mother have forsaken me, but the Lord will take me up. See, God knows that we have been forsaken. God, we have been turned from friends, from family. We all have our stories. I grew up with 2 dads, and neither of them really wanted to parent me that much. But that's okay, because God's learned to parent me. I've learned that God is parenting me. Verse 11. Oh, we're almost done, you guys. Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me in the level path because of my foes. David says, teach me to walk rightly because the enemy coming against me is fierce. It's almost like he's saying, I've got this call on my life, Father, so I really need your equipping. I need your leadership. This is good, you guys. Verse 12, but do not deliver me over to the desires of my adversaries, for false witnesses have arisen against me, and such as breathe out violence. Do not deliver me over to the desires. When I hear that, I think the temptations, but deliver me from temptations, right? Do not lead me into Lord's Prayer, right? But deliver me from temptations. Oh, yes, God. So there are temptations coming against you. You might have sin that tries to come back into your life. Maybe it's an issue with food itself, and you keep wanting to overeat and be kind of just be gluttonous, and you just know that's not the Lord. Maybe that you're anorexic, bulimic. Maybe you're addicted to porn, to alcohol, to anger. Maybe you're addicted to anxious thoughts, and you're just like, maybe you're addicted to the bad news on TV and stuff. But David says, teach me of your way, O Lord. Lead me in a level path because of these temptations. The temptations are just lies coming at you. Jesus was tempted. He was tempted in the desert. Satan was like, are you really the Son of Man? Are you really the God's Son? If you are, it's almost like saying, are you really free of these addictions? Are you really free? Or do you really walk in freedom? Are your chains truly broken? And we can say, yes, they are, and say, Lord, would you free me from these temptations? Lead me not in temptation, but deliver me, for thine is the kingdom and the glory and the power and forever. So there is such a beautiful grace in asking the Lord. So right now, just ask him, deliver me. And then we're 2 more verses. Verse 13, this is the end of it, you guys. This is the end. This is the end. After all of this have done, you set me on a rock. Do not lead me and do not hide your face. When you said seek my face, I'm going to seek your face. And he says this, I would have despaired, verse 13. I would have despaired. I would have just crumbled. I would have fallen unless, are you ready for this? Unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I would have despaired had I not known that your goodness was in me, around me, that I was going to see your goodness. I would have despaired had I not known that you were so good. Verse 14, wait for the Lord, therefore. It doesn't say therefore, but it's a therefore. Wait for the Lord. Wait for the Lord. We could stop there, but it has one last thought. And be strong, and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. Be strong, and let your heart take courage. I'm going to end with that. Yes, it says, and wait for the Lord. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for his goodness to appear in the flesh. So I love you guys. Bless you guys. Have a great day. I hope this blessed you and just created a great life for you. Bye-bye.